So, we've got a season 2 underway here. It began back in July with a very big episode as far as Darth Vader's concerned. At this point, though, how much are we going to see Vader? Because obviously the one concern is if he shows up too much, how, he might just kill all our heroes.
Yeah, and he really would. I believe Vader has better things to do than chase the ghosts around the galaxy. I don't think our guys are very integral to the Darth Vader plot, which is why when I say that Ahsoka's not a member of the Ghost Crew and that she comes in and out of the story, Vader follows suit. I mean, you don't want him in every episode. I know a lot of fans would disagree with me, but maybe if we told a story from Vader's point of view where he's beating down everybody, but that kind of seems like a depressing show. It'd be fun for a little bit, but he will show up from time to time, and when he does, there's a heavy price to be paid. I mean, they barely got away in the opener. It's hard for me to justify, them getting away from him.
Yeah.
So every time you do it, you actually diminish him, and that's not what I want to do. What we've done right now with fans is fans were pretty excited about it. People seem to love that portrayal of Vader, so I think we did well by the character. I just want to make sure if we see him again, we do well by him again and keep him powerful and mean and evil and Ashley on the edge of her seat,
Right. Yeah, because you were just asked about a Vader-Ahsoka confrontation. You said it would be cool, but it could also
awesome.
be pretty bad for some characters.
It could be very bad. You think about it, you start to line it up. He's very powerful, size-wise much bigger than she is, but she's very fast. And the tricky part is that he taught her. So she would be familiar with him and his fighting style. So, probably... I would say it gives away anything to say I've thought about this, obviously. But I thought about it before I ever knew Rebels existed. So, I never predicted, I didn't know when this type of meeting would take place. Would it take place on Star Wars Rebels? I didn't even know that show existed. But it is something, just because of how the characters are related, it's a really interesting character moment, or would be, if they met.
It would be.
And it would be horrible if we didn't do it, right?
It would be really
It would be horrible.
Yeah.
That would be a terrible idea.
Lastly, you showed some clips today and talked about the Inquisitors because we're getting a couple new ones. Are we going to, sort of learn more about that hierarchy and how it is that even Vader, and is it Vader, is picking these people, but they're not Sith, exactly how that works?
Great questions. We will learn a little bit more. I mean, I still believe the best villains are kind of shadowy villains we don't learn a lot about. We know a lot about them in story group, in meetings. We discuss them and evolve them. But we just have to be very careful. And once you throw the lights on, some things lose their power a little bit. You realize, oh, this isn't as scary as I thought it was. So a bit of what makes them effective is their elusiveness. Yeah. I think what we can do, though, is explain a little bit more about the previous Inquisitor, because he's gone. He's not coming back. So we will learn a little bit more about that guy and a pretty good look at who he was. And then you can start to put the pieces together of how he ended up being an Inquisitor and what that means.